Welcome to the line judge training for the 2014-2015 USA volleyball season. This module will cover the basic responsibilities and mechanics of serving as a line judge at a USA volleyball match. When it's time for your team to be the work team during the tournament, take the initiative and let the referee know that you are at the court. Don't wait until the referee comes to find you. Step right up and announce you'll be calling lines for the upcoming match. To keep the event running on schedule, most tournaments enforce a penalty for tardy work teams, so don't be late. If you will be working only one set, make sure that all your team's line judges are with you so that the referee covers your duties only once. Let the referee know your experience and skill level as a line judge, and that you watch this presentation and are aware of your duties. But always listen to the instructions and ask questions about anything that's unclear. Before we talk about specific duties, let's address where you stand during the match to fulfill your responsibilities. There will be two line judges for each match. One will stand to the right of the first referee, and the other will stand to the right of the second referee. Each line judge is responsible for one sideline and one end line. To best see the entire length of both lines, you should stand at the intersection of those two lines. At the top of the list of your match responsibilities is seeing whether the ball lands within the court boundaries or not. Every time the ball contacts the court near one of the lines you are responsible for, you should be making a signal. When the ball contacts the floor inside the court, you signal in. If the ball contacts the floor outside the court and has not been touched by a player on that side of the court, signal out. The court boundaries are part of the court, so if the ball lands on the line, the correct signal will be in. You want to focus on the line and not the ball. If your eyes are focused on the line, you'll see where even the fastest spikes hit the floor, and your eyes will play fewer tricks on you. In the following clip, a junior line judge is in good position to call both her sideline and end line. When she sees the ball will be close to her end line, she gets her eyes to the line quickly, waits for the ball to land, and makes an authoritative call, holding her signal long enough for all participants and spectators to see it. This certified line judge is relaxed but attentive on his corner and gets low to accurately see where the ball lands. When the ball is served long, he makes a strong and confident call that he relays to the first referee, accompanied with good eye contact. Another responsibility you have is to watch where the ball crosses the plane of the net. If the ball crosses the net outside either of the antennas, point to the antenna with the hand not holding the flag, and at the same time, wave the flag in the air over your head with the other hand. This will indicate to the referee that the ball illegally crossed the plane of the net. Use this same signal if the server steps on the line at the moment he or she contacts the ball for serve. The difference is that with the hand not holding the flag, you point at the line instead of the antenna. The other hand will still be waving the flag in the air over your head. The line judge in this clip is in excellent position to see the cross-court antenna. When the ball contacts the antenna, she quickly waves the flag and points to the antenna. Notice that she continues to make her signal for some time after the ball hits the antenna and makes eye contact with the first referee. Also, notice that she is calling a fault on the antenna that is located across the court from her. Lines judges should call faults that occur on both antennae. In this video, the line judge does an excellent job of selling the fact that she is clearly looking at the end line at the time of service. When there is no foot fault, she then quickly turns to watch the rest of the play develop. You can also help the referees when a player touches the ball on his or her side of the court before the ball then contacts the floor out of bounds. It doesn't matter if the ball is contacted by a blocker at the net or a back row player reaching for the ball. If the ball contacts a player and then lands out of bounds on that player's side of the court, signal touch. And remember, you are responsible for calling touches anywhere on the court. In this clip, the line judge sees the ball contact number 3 right in front of her and land out of bounds. So she gives the appropriate signal to the first referee. She is crisp and clear in her signal and holds it long enough to ensure that the first referee and all participants see her call. Many people are confused about signaling out versus touch. So when do you signal out? Think of it like this. If the ball goes out of bounds on Team A's side of the court and a player from Team B was the last person to touch the ball, then you signal out. Here's an animation to illustrate this call. When do you signal touch? If the ball goes out of bounds on Team A's side of the court and a player from Team A was the last to touch the ball, you then signal touch. Here's that exact call in live action. The left side attacker on the near court blasts the ball into the block and it rebounds back to the attacker's side, but wide of the right sideline. The far line judge correctly signals out. At the start of timeouts, you should move to stand at the center of the end line. Look at the first referee as you move to this position in case he or she is giving you a thumbs up or has something else to communicate to you. During timeouts, you should not pepper with the ball or go to the score table to talk to your teammates. Timeouts are only 30 seconds long, so you want to be ready when play resumes. During the 3 minutes between each set, you don't need to stand at the corner, nor do you need to stand at the midpoint of the end line. But there are things you shouldn't be doing at that time. Do not sit on the score table or gather in the middle of the court to talk to your other line judge. You and your teammates also should not pepper with a game ball. So what can you do? You should go to an area near the court and be ready for the next set to begin, possibly in an empty spectator chair or behind the score table if there is not another court behind the table. It is very important to be aware that when teams take the court for the next set, you are ready to go when the lineups are being checked by the second referee. At no time during the match, including timeouts in between sets, should you be using your mobile phone, tablet, or player. Imagine if you were playing a match and the line judge did not make a call because they were too busy with their cell phone. That certainly would not sit well with you. What can you expect from the referee during the match? He or she should be looking at you every time the ball contacts the ground, especially when it is close to the court lines, or if a touch possibly occurred before the ball goes out of bounds. Though the referee might not look at you every time, it does not mean you should stop signaling. Always give great signals using emphasis and selling that call. Believe in yourself and be ready to give the signal with authority. Show the referee that you can be depended on to do your best. Call everything you see, no matter how obvious. You're signaling it because it happened, not because you think the referee didn't see it. Remember that the referee cannot see everything. Many times a player might step in his or her line of sight, so a ball contacting the floor a good 3 feet in the court is not always visible to someone who is stationary on the referee stand. When you make the call, look at the referee. This tells him or her that you are sure of your call and you want him or her to be also. If the referee overrules you, don't let it worry you. Sometimes the referee sees things differently. If you're doing your best and paying attention all the time, the chances of being overruled are much less. Stay focused and signal what you see throughout the entire match. You never know when the ball will be coming to your line. Be ready for any play at any time. Again, when you are playing in a match, you expect the line judges to remain focused all the way through the match, from point 1 in the set to point 15 in the last set. Return the same courtesy to other teams by staying in the match as a line judge. At the end of the match, pat yourself on the back for a job well done. And make sure you don't run off until the referee has had a chance to thank you. Each referee really appreciates the effort you put into making sure the match was well officiated. Here is a list of your job responsibilities. Judge balls in or out, remembering that if the ball lands on the line, it's in. Balls outside the antenna. You can signal when a ball travels across the net outside either antenna. Front fault on service. Make sure you watch every serve occur. Touch off a player that lands out of bounds. When deciding whether to signal out or touch when a player contacts a ball that goes out of bounds, here are two simple rules. When a player on Team A contacts a ball that lands out of bounds on Team B's side of the court, signal out. When a Team A player contacts the ball that lands out of bounds on Team A's side of the court, signal touch. During play, make sure you pay attention and call everything, no matter how obvious you think it might be. The referee can't see everything from a stationary position. Look at the referee when making your signal. This lets the referee know that you believe in your call and that he or she should sell that call to the participants. Lastly, stay focused for the entire match. The players deserve your best job from beginning to end. Thank you for watching this module and have a great season.